think I have a great way to initiate this podcast. Here it goes. Podtacular episode 179, Around the Ring. DRM debate for the week of February 8th, 2009.
No, don't be thinking I'm made of Play-Doh. You can just stick me together and I'll fit back together miraculously. Oh, look, I'm made of Play-Doh. I'm a Play-Doh man.
Welcome to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. You're about to hear what the Halo Nation had to say about this week's topic at Podtacular.com to help you dominate at Halo. So strap on your Spartan armor and grab a battle rifle, because it's time to finish the fight. It's come down to just you and me. No matter where the side of destiny. My brothers are dead, my family is hurt, and I'm on the ground.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Podtacular. I am Lancelot.
I am the Storm.
I am Logan Payne.
Logan Payne.
Sweet.
Man of many faces.
Nice to have you back, Mr. Payne.
It is nice to be here.
Today, on a Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things I could be doing, like...
Actually,
I don't have anything else I could be doing.
Yeah.
I think I got you on that one, didn't you? Cool.
I have such a pitiful life.
Yeah, the lowest you can sink is being a guest host on a podcast. And then below that, you have podcast host.
Oh,
I think podcast host is actually a better job than guest host, because Podtacular hosts have been proven to get free stuff.
Yeah. You know, I got into podcasting because I heard the same promise that, you know, every podcaster does, that you can get laid doing podcasting, but, you know, it just turned out to be a lie.
The free stuff, though, is not a lie.
And the
look at Fumo. He didn't have a 360, and then what happened?
Yeah.
And what does he go around to do after we give him a 360? He plays it on easy.
Baby mode on.
Well, cool. Thanks for coming on again, Mr. Payne, for the DRM debate.
Yes.
I have nothing to say about DRM.
Yes. So, as you guys read on the front page, this is going to be, well, I'm just kind of experimenting with a few different show types here, and I figured maybe getting some intelligent debates going on the community would spark some interesting conversations. And we did get a lot of good feedback for this one. Not as much, but definitely the feedback is of good quality.
Yay. I'd like to see participation.
Okay. So, we're doing a discussion/debate on DRM. And it's not just an issue that affects PC gamers, it's an issue that affects gamers globally, as well as other things, like if you ever buy music off of online stores, like iTunes or Windows Mobile Store, you probably had some hassles with that. So it's kind of a global issue, which is why I thought it'd be a good place to start off. Cool.
Why don't you explain what DRM is?
Yeah, we
had
a couple
who
of...
doesn't know.
Yeah, we had a few questions about this. And actually, Elite Spartan 182 sent in our first submission here, which is basically a copy-paste from a Wikipedia page. Yeah. So I guess we can just start there. So
you could have wrote the Wikipedia page. Let's not be deductive here.
Yeah. Okay, so Elite Spartan 182 says, "Hey there, Podtacular, it's Elite Spartan 182 again for Around the Ring. I was looking on Wikipedia and found out that DRM, or Digital Rights Management, is a generic term that refers to access controls technology used by hardware manufacturers, publishers, and copyright holders to limit usage of digital media or devices. The term is used to describe any technology which makes the unauthorized use of media or devices technically formidable and generally doesn't include other forms of copy protection which can be circumvented without modifying the media or device, such as serial numbers or key files."
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it stops you from pirating stuff.
Kinda.
Yeah, that's kinda.
Well, actually, that should be corrected immediately because it's totally wrong. In theory, it stops pirating. In practice, it stops nothing.
Yeah, that's true. So, continuing on, it can also refer to restrictions associated with specific instances of working or of digital works or devices.
15 hours.
Turn that.
Okay, it's off.
Okay.
Say hello to Logan's friend.
My man lover.
You know, getting out was a bit too hard for him. The sun burned his skin.
Yeah, he just walked in the room. I'm going to announce myself to the world today by saying the time. It's 15 hours.
That's great.
Cool.
So, continuing on. Crap, where was I?
We were at...
Oh, yeah. Digital rights management has been used by companies such as Sony, Apple Incorporated, Microsoft, and the BBC. Wait, what? The BBC isn't a company. Well, I guess it is, if you think about it that way. Yeah.
C in BBC stands for corporation.
Company.
Oh.
I thought it was company.
No.
Corporation.
Oh, okay.
Corporations are more trendy.
Right, so, digital rights management technologies attempt to control use of digital media by preventing access, copying, or conversion to other formats by end users. Long before the arrival of digital or even electronic media, copyright holders, content producers, etc., or other financially or artistically interested parties had business and legal objections to copying technologies. Examples include those player piano rolls in the early 20th century. Oh, right, I know, those little papers with the holes in them.
Rolls.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we have here? I forgot, I lost my spot again. There we go. Okay, so audio tape recording, videotape recording, example the Betamax case in the US. Copying technology thus exemplifies a disruptive technology. Hope that helped. Good luck with the show and keep on fragging. Veto singing noobs that think they could pwn me, then I win 25-7. Yeah. So there's a nice long technical definition for you.
Why don't we sum that up for all of our listeners?
Yeah, so basically it's supposed to, in theory, prevent piracy.
It's all the copyright stuff that gets written on the disc, all the key stuff that you have for games. It's to prevent the copying or illegal use of.
Like, you know when you get a CD from a store and then you try and rip it onto your computer and then your computer freezes? That's DRM. It could be because it's not just necessarily that Windows fails. It's usually the DRM in that case.
All my bias has been displaced.
Yes, and, you know, there's the other things, as Dustor mentioned, CD keys and the like. But
DRM's on a lot of stuff.
It's on everything, essentially.
Yeah.
Anything that you have to pay for has some form of DRM on it.
That's software or digital media related.
Yeah.
I think it's more of the more big a company is, the less it's likely to have, or the more likely it is to have DRM.
Because they like their money.
Because, I mean, freeware applications you still get plenty of people are just happy to see other people using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
and
like
the open source stuff is
too.
more community based, whereas the big software companies are corporate based, worked on internally.
Yeah, the open source
stuff you get stuff from the community.
Yeah, the open source project is really good in that way, that people can get all these wonderful tools to do things like Podtacular uses a lot of open source things like Audacity, our editing program for all the podcast Levelator. Which
lame.
Smooth. Yeah, the lame MP3 codec. Usually the MP3 codec, you have to have like a 5-page copyright thing to get the codec from the company that actually created it. So
I contradicted myself though, because I said usually freeware apps don't have DRM. I don't think DRM on a freeware app makes sense to you.
No, not as such.
We're giving this away for free, but only use it as recommended.
Don't share it with your friends.
Yeah, we're the only ones allowed to give it to your friends, not you.
You can tell them about it, but you gotta give it to them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think that what you were saying was kind of rings true, that like DRM and open source are on opposite ends of a scale of just where businesses want to be.
Yeah. But then open source isn't really a business. It's more like a
No,
gathering.
it's like a state of business. You can have a business that's open source and does everything that way. Like, I can never say it out loud. Canonical.
Canonical?
Yeah, the people who do Ubuntu. I mean...
Well, not just Ubuntu. Oh, yeah, they run Ubuntu, right? Only Ubuntu?
They're in charge of Ubuntu.
Right, and then you also have the fellows who do the Mozilla programs, like Firefox, Sunbird, Thunderbird, Camino, all those things.
Yeah.
They're technically a corporation, but they're all open source.
Yeah. They're not in the business of making money through straight out, here's a product, please buy it. They're in the business of, providing something.
And then sneakily taking your money while you're not looking.
I didn't know Ubuntu did that. You lied to me.
Please put a $5 bill in the fax machine.
The fact.
Scanning this will help your machine be stable.
Thank you. Where did my bill go?
Back to what DRM exactly is I think it's best defined in one word. Satan.
You would.
Yeah, only you.
I mean, this is a point I think a lot of people share when it comes to music and PC games especially, is that it just...
Is somebody on an elevator or like an automated train? Somebody on the SkyTrain or something here?
I'm broadcasting from a Tokyo train station. But honestly, like, when you see 360 games, for example, people don't care because it doesn't get in the way. It's built from basically everything about it. You don't see the DRM. When it gets on a PC or on a piece of music, for example, you totally see it because it's right in the way. You can't download or burn something because the rights on a file are particularly limited.
Yeah.
Which is great for, messing with my head. Well, I can only use this song on my MP3 player. If I wanted to burn it, I'd have to go and purchase it again.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been through 3 MP3 players. That means 3 stores. I had a Creative. I used Napster. I took to Zune. I had to buy all my music again on Zune, which I wasn't happy with. And now I have an iPod, and guess what I had to do again?
Buy it all.
Yeah, so I think that's what's really led Amazon to be so successful with their DRM store or DRM free store in the first place.
Yeah, for sure, because actually Microsoft is shutting down their DRM servers because it's costing them so much to run them, more money than they're actually making.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not necessarily like it just validates itself as long as it's connected to the internet. There has to be something on the other side. So, in the end, you're just going to end up one day going, oh, well, look at all this music I can't use anymore. Deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Music Ruckus server, or they stopped doing all their media stuff now, so Ruckus is down.
Ruckus?
Whoever. Yeah, it's basically free music for college students. You have a college email, you go sign up, and you can download music legally for free. And then the service just basically fell, I think yesterday or something like that. So yeah, Ruckus is out now.
And with a mighty roar and clash of swords, the service fell.
A lot of these
Much to the dismay of many, many frat boys.
A lot of these services that provide like seemingly background legal channels have always made me wonder. It's like, it's legal. No, it doesn't look. Is it? I can't tell.
all these pirate, skull and crossbones are kind of confusing me.
Originally, someone told me this was like when I was a computer noob. He was like, torrents are legal. No matter what you download, it's legal because you're not getting a file from anybody else. You're getting pieces of it. That was like the first question. That's really legal because aren't you getting a full file in the end?
It depends what you get. TV shows, not illegal to download.
Oh yeah, that's illegal.
Not up here, it isn't. Zing!
See, this is the legal sidestep that I think DRM was put in place to do. It's to give it out in normal channels like iTunes and stuff, but then just restrict it in the file. I think that's what they were originally going for was, well, if the user just can't copy it, then everything will work out. But then they sort of messed that all up because it's impossible to implement.
Yeah. Jeez, what was I going with? Like, it's illegal to upload TV shows in Canada, but it's not illegal to download them.
Huh. That sounds like a winning strategy. One guy commits a crime, 50 get away with it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, something seems really wrong with that, but...
But, I mean, I kind of use it as a convenience because I can't watch TV whenever the shows are on during the week because of all my schoolwork. So, okay, just download the TV show, let it sit on my server, and then just pull it off on the weekend when I have a spare 45 minutes, and there we go. Actually, did you know that an hour-long show has 15 minutes of commercials in it?
Yes, I did, because I watch Hulu.
Yeah, like, episode of Doctor Who I have here. It's supposed to take up an hour-long segment, but there's only about 43 minutes worth of actual show.
No, I mean, everything is like that.
So does anybody have Gears of War?
Yes.
For PC?
Oh, for
No.
PC, no. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it was some really huge fiasco with the Windows Live setup.
With the DRM, it was set to expire like the 28th of January, 2009.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What a wash.
Well, I think that's what happens with this in the end. But what was the next note? We got away from the right board.
Yeah, we got away from the right board. Okay, so we have some notes here, and then a couple more submissions. So we already covered the what is DRM thing, examples of bad DRM and what is wrong with them, examples of good DRM, how it affects everything, and why companies are so desperate to have it. Actually, I think we can go take a look at what a good DRM thing is with Scarface Spartan in submission.
Okay.
So, Dusty, or Payne, or not Painkiller, sorry, Logan Payne. Do you wanna...
See. What? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Scarface Spartan here again, talking through Logan Payne magically. Now I'm going to talk about what a good DRM is supposed to be, in my opinion. It has to be something like Steam. If you didn't know, Steam is the only nice DRM system out there. Don't count the installs, count where they are installed. For example, if I install this game, I'll use Crysis for an example, 15 times in the same computer, then it's not illegal. But if you see it installed on 3 computers in different countries, then it's illegal. Uninstalls once its job is done, unlike Securom, which is less than equal to not made by EA.
Securom?
Securom. It's supposed to be security. People call it Succurom. I don't get it wrong.
It's Securom.
Succurom is made by Sony. Okay, therefore it's called Succurom now. Four, I refuse to say this. No, actually I will. Hacker proof. I doubt that. But close note, Succurom is okay to hate. Succurom is part of a long history of security failures way back until the Trojan War. Even until like that LifeLock crap. I say keep on fragging noobs who can't drive, shoot, fly, play, swim, die, and think properly, especially Nana who go missing while climbing with the Yetis from while also fragging the bungee staff. because he/she can't have anus armor. For anyone who has seen, eaten, shot, drove over, and killed Nene, please send me his/her dead body to the Philippines, airmailed in a coffin of full plasma grenades. Thank you.
That was very long-winded.
Okay.
Okay, so definitely, you guys might remember the Steam Fest episode. Steam is the only nice method of DRM out there, where, if you remember, all the game license, yeah. Haha, console charge can't have it.
Because it's integrated into the distribution method where it's the only way to play it. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that with music. Like, say, okay, well, you're going to download this music in, let's say, iTunes, but you can only play it in iTunes. If you want to take it on your iPod, okay, but if you want to burn it to a CD, F you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all of your game licenses are tied into your account, so, okay, my computer just decided to cough up a few organs, it's now dead, I just go over to the other one, install Steam, sign in, and then wait 8 hours to download 30 gigabytes worth of games.
Yeah, like, I have Steam on, Steam was really great for me, was like, because every time I try to, like, bootleg my gaming experience on some other machine that's not Windows, I always end up installing Steam, and I know that if I were to install, like, BioShock, for example, or Spore, I would end up getting basically, well, you've used too many installs because you're installing this too much. But with Steam, it just goes, well, this is connected to M18, or this is connected to Logan Payne's account, so, yeah. You can play.
Yeah.
But if it
That's a good
sees
thing
another...
about it, though.
I've had two computers, and I didn't know it happened. I forgot it ran a service in the background, and I had a computer just sitting there idle for days. I played Fallout 3 by logging into Steam, and my other computer pops up, you've been logged out of Steam because another computer is in use. Which seems valid, because if you're one person, you can't be playing twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no way that I don't see any way that breaks, but I think DRM in actuality, this is a personal opinion of mine, just can't be implemented right. Steam is nice and doesn't get in the way, but I still hate it.
Yeah. Okay, and his next point, SecureROM, an epic failure on EA's part. There was a huge fiasco about this with Spore on the PC as well as a few other things. But EA really put SecureROM on a few things like Crisis Warhead and Crisis Wars, which is why I haven't reinstalled it. But the huge thing was Spore, because it's where the huge epic failure was. But basically, SecureROM got installed along with Spore, but you didn't know it was there. It wasn't mentioned anywhere on the box, in any of the manuals, on their website at all. It wasn't mentioned even in the EULA, which is supposed to have everything about the game written in it.
And
Or even anything about anything about the program, really, for any piece of software. So they just kind of subtly slipped it on, and it started to cause lots of issues for people because the way it installed itself straight in the root directory of Windows, it just caused all kinds of crap to go wrong. People had to reformat their machines, lost all their files because of it. Huge uproar over that.
Big Brother is watching you, and if he doesn't like what he sees, he will end your computer.
And basically what SecureROM did, it just watched everything that you did, and if you'd made any did any pirate-like activity, you'd get something done to you.
Which I believe is data destruction, and unless they have some sort of magical clause in their license agreement, isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
Yep, it's illegal.
Okay, I'm going to call my lawyer. You continue the show.
Yeah. Get some of the law students. Walk down to the faculty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, as for hacker proof, yeah.
I don't think you could say that about anything ever.
Consoles have about a 50 to 60% piracy rate. PCs have about an 85% piracy rate. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well,
there's too much stuff out there.
Yeah, because
Pirates are going to pirate any way that happens, but what I mean, though, is DRM only ends up screwing the people who buy it legitimately that way.
Yeah, that's
and
the thing.
maybe the retarded pirate who can't figure out how to go look and Google something.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, I admit I have pirated a few games in the past, like Call of Duty 2, but that's just because the demo didn't work properly on my machine.
Huh.
And I just wanted to test it out, but the demo wouldn't run. It kept giving me errors. Go into the menu, blue screen of death!
Boop, boop. 911?
Yeah.
Hello, there's a person claiming to have stolen Call of Duty 2.
It wasn't that good of a game anyways. I played through, like, the first 2 levels, and then I just kind of got bored of it.
Piracy is bad, okay?
Yeah.
But that's another thing about pirates, or I don't want to stray into piracy because it's not exactly the same thing as a conversation about DRM, but don't you think in the end that pirates, like, download and play a lot of, like, I mean, not just these people who, like, justify every move they make with crazy things, but, I mean, like, people who just go out and download things without care. They're like, okay, well, I'll play FIFA 09. I don't like that game. I'll play it, maybe never, but let me download it.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that ends up scaring these people into going, well, we could have had that for money if we'd had some way to have their business, but no.
Yeah, that's
right.
Because these two topics are really connected. Because DRM came from piracy.
DRM came from mistrust, I would say, but then again, I'm no expert.
Yeah.
What was Valve's statement? Pirates are just underserved customers?
Yeah, that you have to kind of think of it that way, because there was an article posted up on Game Politics. I can't remember who exactly it was from Valve off the top of my head, but they really were able to cut down a lot of piracy with their games by releasing them around the world almost simultaneously. Whereas with, these other American companies, they release them in, the US and Europe, and then Australia, Russia, and these other companies have to wait like a whole year to get them.
Mm-hmm.
And those people either have to try illegally import them or, pirate them just in order to play them. But Valve, when they put out Half-Life, they released it in Russia and these other underserved countries first, and then they moved on to the more well-served countries. And piracy rates for Half-Life are really, really low when using this method, because then people were actually able to get the game the way they, and instead of having to wait like 5 months of taunting and hearing about it from other countries.
Yeah.
It's like they flipped the coin on that one.
I think that's an under-touted thing about digital distribution is everybody always talks about, like, everybody's going to Blu-ray or DVD and stuff like that, but that still has a physical distribution chain that's not going to service everybody at once unless you spend ridiculous amounts of money for a synchronized, underserving release date.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is that,
Halo 2 coming in November. Oh, sorry, you go.
But the thing is that you can't force people to wait 5 months. I mean, then that's just going to encourage them to try and get it in other ways.
Yeah, it's like Halo 2 coming November 09, 2004. In the UK, whenever we care about
it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, a year or so, maybe.
Maybe. Here's Halo 1 for you guys. We finally got around to it.
Yeah. Actually, that's one really good thing about Steam, because it's a global setup. So as soon as a game gets...
The only thing about Steam is it's computer only, where you have Halo 2, it's Xbox. That's console, that's priority.
Consoles don't count, though.
Console's not priority, per se, but there's a lot of people...
No, priority for the game.
Exclusively.
Yeah, but the great thing about Steam is that, as soon as something's on the store, it's on the store worldwide. So you don't have people complaining, I can't have this game. I have to wait for those tards across the ocean to finish playing it, and then they can taunt me for the next few months while I wait for them to send it out here.
That's a small, separate thing. We're straying off the air, but a small, separate thing about that is necessarily putting the download for everybody doesn't mean they're like, if I were playing a Russian game, let's just say, and I wasn't like Russia was the country that always gets stuff first. So Steam puts up their copy of Russian Fallout 3, and I'm like, I really like Fallout 3. I've heard a lot about it. I'll go download it. And then all of a sudden I get a bunch of acrylic characters in the opening menu. I don't even know how to start the game. I'm like, what? I go and play the game, and which is all about a story and stuff like that. And I go in, the first thing I hear is some acrylic crap. I'm like, I think what's going? Oh, screw it. Bye, game. I don't like you anymore. Thanks for wasting my money. You still have to guys.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about Steam is you can't return games. If something's wrong with the game, like it doesn't work or something like that, you should be able to have some way of returning it. Or selling it to somebody else, at least.
What do you mean?
How could you claim that, though?
That doesn't... I don't even see that working.
Like, for example, okay, a game doesn't work on my computer because, I don't know, the drivers are wrong, or it's too low budget.
You bought it future-proof, so when they've said, okay, this is yours forever now, go and wait a year, maybe if it doesn't work now, get a new card. But you own it. We can't, give it back to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any other open media. If you open the media, you can't return it to any store. It's the same thing.
Well, I mean, that sort of works with console games because they've historically never been able to do something without that disc or cartridge.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like DVDs and CDs and computer games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you've opened it, you cannot return it.
Yes. Oh man, did we do it again? We're off the right board.
Oops, I did it again. I think Britney Spears made a song about you.
About DRM?
No, about you, because you did it again. You lost the right board.
I didn't lose the right board. We did. It was a collective group effort to screw over the podcast. So who's on first?
I believe... I don't know.
I think it's you.
Yeah.
Is it me?
You can take Bob 116's submission.
Oh, what, a YouTube link?
Yeah, read out the YouTube link.
I could get my friend
It'll
over
be in
here
the show notes.
Yeah.
It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah, I would play this song at the end of the show, but it has some colorful language.
NSFW.
Yeah, very NSFW. So I'll leave the link in the show notes, and I'll post it along with some other informative links when I throw the show up there.
In fact, it's also not safe for babies, people over the age of 60, under the age of 60, people who are 60.
So it's not safe for anybody.
Pretty much, but if you want to...
It's nothing too graphical, it's just some of the language is kind of colorful, and doesn't meet our family-friendly policy here on Podtacular.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
we'll go ahead and move over that one. And go
no, Bob16 put something underneath his YouTube link. What does it say?
It says, song says it all.
Turn off the elevator noises.
I'm waiting for my train. Chickenfoot's available.
Okay. So we have Chickenfoot 089 writing in. He says, "Alright, I'm not a PC gamer, but I know that DRM sucks. I once tried to get Spore Online, but then it said I had to go to EA to get it. This just really annoyed me when I got angry and then unplugged my mouse and slammed it at the wall. I'm going to have to go to GameStop and buy a new one ASAP. This is my first submission, so I hope I get this right. Keep on fragging noobs yelling veto as if it was their last breath. Emo Midget 2, listen to much Slipknot. General Bang, and oh yeah, trucks. P.S. Could you do Halo Wars for the next ATR? The demo came out on Xbox Live Marketplace today."
Yeah, I actually heard, just a little bit off topic, Chucky said he kind of liked the Halo Wars demo. I might do it, might not. We'll see what happens.
No, actually, the next week's podcast is the Halo Wars demo. That's what next week's podcast is.
Nobody ever tells me anything. Come on.
See,
we discussed this at the conference. It's in the conference notes.
Oh,
this is the irony
right. There's notes now. Jeez.
This is the irony of Around the Ring. Everyone is out of the loop. But I played Halo Wars, just a preview. I played Halo Wars with Chucky J, and I'll say what my Twitter review says. Halo Wars equals fun.
Good.
Sounds fun.
Even for the RTS on the whole console thing.
You know, I think they're really losing out by not putting it out on the PC, but nah. Let's
Strategy.
yeah.
And, well, actually, two quips. I have an RTS strategy, and the select all units button has a soundbite to it. So I have a feeling I'm going to be hearing that a lot. All units. All units. All units.
Nice.
It's gonna be like what was her name? That fairy from Link, or not from Link? Damn it, Zelda. It was like Nari or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm going to be an annoying floating
Listen,
ball.
listen. It sounds as that like there's gonna be a lot of people going nuts because of that, and them saying all units.
Doesn't anybody else notice something odd about his very first sentence? I'm not a PC gamer, but I know DRM sucks.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a PC gamer to know what DRM is, because it's not limited to games. It pretty much, you have it in everything that's bought over the internet now.
Except lava lamps.
Your 360 has an implementation of DRM in it, and you just never notice.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Unless
is
you're a
basically the downloading all the paid stuff with the Microsoft points.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Microsoft points.
Right. Now, Chucky J, for his submission here, puts a nice counter-argument in. So he says, I haven't had too much experience with the DRM issue. Seems to me Steam has a great solution. From your account, you can download the software to whatever computer you're on, right? But I imagine those multiple computers can't play online together. That would make sense, so people who want to play together still have to buy separate copies. Some kind of DRM is necessary, though. While I don't care about companies making huge profits, they need to be able to get enough of a return on their investment to make it worthwhile and encourage them to make new and better games. This can't happen if each person gives a copy to 2 or 3 of their friends, or more.
This reminds me of that video, Don't Copy That Floppy.
God.
No, I haven't seen it. But
okay.
he makes a good point here. While it is a bit of a bitch for us as the customers, there is a line there that, because these are companies they're not just in this to make us happy, they're in it to try and make a profit, right? And people have to get paid in order to do this. So it makes a good argument there that they need to have some kind of way of controlling. Otherwise, then everybody would just download one copy, or just buy one copy and then sell it out to 50 friends.
I don't think that's necessarily a problem with the distribution chain as much as it is people, but it's going to be inherently there.
Actually, because it would kind of have a system like we have here. Because in North America, there's no copyright laws, or the copyright isn't really enforced in North America on Bollywood videos that come from India. So pretty much all the Indian music video stores here, music/video stores, not music video stores, they basically buy one copy between them, and then they burn 13 copies or 13 to 20 copies per store.
Wow.
I went in there with my mom one day. We were just gonna pick up another video. Okay, there's a huge burner tower. It spit 13 CD burner drives open all at the same time. And the guy just pulled out the CDs, put some labels on them, put in some blank discs, pushed them all back in, and hit go.
I think though Chucky raises a good point. Is DRM is a product of the fact that people have been ripping off companies for a while.
Yeah.
And the company just wants to make... These are people here on the other side. You live your life, they live theirs. They make a game. In fact, a lot of people want to get in the games industry. How would you feel if you got in the games industry? You make a great game, let's say Halo Wars 2 or whatever. I don't care. What you like is what you like. And the game only sells a quarter of what it could because everybody wanted to pirate it instead of paying you your dues.
Right.
Yeah, that's something you have to kind of consider from the consumer standpoint when you look at this
So
issue.
if you like that game, buy that game. Don't just try the demo over and
Right.
over. Well,
I mean,
I
for like stuff on
But I'll
stuff
go
on the PC, I'll download, and if I like it, I'll look to invest in it later. And if I don't like it, I'll be like, okay, that was a waste of time. I'm not going to use it ever again.
Yeah, like, I played the AudioServe demo for a few days. I like it. I bought it.
Yeah. You
Right.
need to actually put some effort into this. But what's weird, though, is I've heard Leo Laporte on this subject is if you give away free samples, people will come in, like, he says it happens in New York. I've never been up there. But, like, they'll have fruit in front of the stores where anybody can get themselves a nice 5-finger discount. But people actually are encouraged to come in the stores then because, well, they go, well, I really like this food. I'll go inside and have some more. I'll
Just like
encourage the
Costco.
business to stay open. Huh?
Like, I don't know about down there, but here the Costco wholesale stores have these tables set up all over the store, and they just give out free food samples.
I haven't been to Costco in a while, but it's something akin to that. It's like, okay, here's a staple. If you really like it, help us out, help you. Help me help you.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can pretty much just get a full meal by walking through the store, taking samples from all these places. You just get a little bit of bread, some chicken samples, a little bit of wings on the side there. Just grab a little fruit juice and some cereal to finish it off.
Sure.
I feel like
Cool.
I'm picking apart his poor sentence because he has a great point, but I'm picking this one sentence that's irking me. Some DRM is necessary, though. I don't really think it is. It's just there right now because there's no other solution. There's no way to guarantee that people who like the game will actually buy it because
So it is necessary. So it is necessary on some level, but not on the level that it's at right now.
It's not an absolute constant.
Yeah. So let's move along here to
I got
Fungus Oz, and I think it's whose turn is it?
Who did the last one? Duststorm?
Yeah. So it's Logan, your turn.
Oh, sweet. Fungus Oz. I haven't bought many EA games lately, but I have noticed that the fact that you cannot have multiple accounts on one computer or play at a friend's house on Spore is probably the most epic fail in the history of gaming. One other thing that really hacks me off is not DRM, but for some reason EA have made it so you have to register in a separate account on Xbox Live for every game that you play published by EA. I don't even do those games myself. And me being 12, turning 13 soon, means I can't play Battlefield Bad Company online, which makes the main reason I bought the game. This series of stunts pulled by EA makes it officially my least favorite game publisher, developer of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, for those people swearing inside their heads about those effing 12-year-olds who are screwing up my service, I'll let you know I normally have my mic turned off in matchmaking. I'm a decent player. Kill-death ratio in average Slayer game types is 0. No, I'm kidding. 1 to 113 or 1 to 13.
1.13.
Is that how they go? I don't keep track of death ratios.
It's 1.13, so you get
13 to 1.
1.13.
Kills for every death.
1.13 kills per death.
Oh.
It's an overall average.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I just
it's a
normally go off the plus or minus number, so I'm sitting there. Is that 1? Dude! I pay attention to kill-death ratios. I always look at it as like...
No, that would be like plus 1.13 overall.
Oh.
That's what that is.
You're like MLG analysts now.
I'll 1v1 you, Fungus Oz. This is a challenge. You heard it. I'll 1v1 you. Come on, what are you going to do? 1v1.
I don't know, so it seems like EA has really messed some of this stuff up.
Oh yeah.
I think that what he brought up is actually a separate issue of EA, and I totally agree with him here. It's what wrecks the place like Metal Gear Online. Like, signing up 5 different times to play one game equals fail.
Yeah.
Signing up 6 times to play 2 games. Signing up 7 times to play however many games. Fail. You sign up once for, like, maybe World of Warcraft is a good example. You sign up once for that game. Xbox Live, you sign for the service, you get to play every game. Don't make me sign up for your mini service.
I mean, it's just like Xbox Live, too. You sign into the service and you have one gamer tag for every single game.
Yeah, one person, one handle. Don't like go, well, you're on this gamer tag, but this is your EA ID, which will keep track of it, but we totally don't know what the hell we're talking about. It seems like every company's just trying to edge in on like some sort of community thing. Like, you know how Bungie.net's really infamous now because they're tied in with Halo? But it seems like EA's like, well, you can watch your videos of Skate or Battlefield, I guess. I don't know. I've not bought those games because I don't particularly care for either of them. But I'm guessing they're just trying to edge in, from what I've seen of the demos, they're edging in on like community space, but they're failing to get the point.
Yeah.
Which is, you have to make it easy for people. I think that's another thing that, if DRM didn't exist in people's minds, it would be one of those hard things to get upset about. Like, people don't get upset about DRM on 360. I keep saying this. DRM on 360 is no problem because when do you see that DRM come into issue? Only when it's an issue. Like, legally. Like, you're using it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong!
I've got my Razer V3 Motorola, and I opened it, and I put it to my wrist, and it's not working.
What?
It's a Razer phone, Motorola Razer phone, right? And you put it to your wrist. You don't get it yet, do you?
No, I don't. But
let's just let him sit there. He can figure it out on his own. Well,
Storm.
Yeah, I'll take Nemesis' submission as the last one while he tries to figure out the joke between razors and wrists.
You left me out.
So, Nemesis.
Oh, if you're thinking about it that way, that's just stupid.
Now he gets it.
Well, I mean, no, I thought about it first off, but that didn't seem funny or comical in any way, so...
Duststorm, I'd like to introduce your head to your desk. Head desk.
Face desk.
So what, Lance, you get to read 3 of them?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Remember? My show, my rules.
3 times the man you are.
Okay.
So, Nemesis says, "Hey guys of Podtacular, it's me, your friendly neighborhood nemesis. This is my first time submitting, so please bear with me. I have to say that the DRM is really annoying. I used to have a Dell. It ran Vista, so of course I knew someday this would happen. And when I installed PGA Tour, I think it was 2007 or 08, I can't really remember, the computer kept crashing. So, being a doofus...
Doofus.
Oh, okay. I, being a doofus, tried to install... What?
Tried to install after the 3rd time, not knowing what lay ahead of me.
Okay. Right? Okay, so we tried to install the game 3 times. Right when I tried to install it, had said that the game registration had been denied. So me again being the idiot, I called customer service and sat there for an hour trying to get a live human person. No, they just let corpses or zombies talk to most of the customers.
No, I agree with him there. Trying to get a human person is like when you call into Xbox, it's like, hello, I'm a robotic voice, and I'm gonna help you out today.
That's why I just keep on pushing 0.
Yeah.
That's why I keep on pushing 0.
Yeah,
Right.
I learned that trick and I was immediately, I hate robot voices. 0, 0, 0, 0. The first thing I do every time is, hello, are you a human? If not, I will kill you. No, I don't actually say that, and I don't recommend you do unless you want to have it outside your house.
This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Isn't that another thing that, I mean, I understand every company can't have enough people on staff to talk to everybody, but couldn't you at least try instead of putting these half-assed attempts at a human, or at a robot imitating a human?
Well, one of the other...
Unlike my man lover in here, the one who announces my time.
Okay, so... but of course that never happens in EA games because it's all run by an elite squad of robotic brains that want to ruin gamers' lives. But I can see EA games perceptive of... Wait, what?
I guess he means their reason.
Oh, okay. They're perceptive of creating DRM. They just want to make the profits off the hard work they did. This is how the gaming industry is run.
Damn it!
Is your train there yet?
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah.
That's the.
So as PC gamers, we should learn a thing or two about EA games. 1. Never install a game on a Vista platform, or get Vista in the first place. Cough. 2. Never call customer service, else you will just get a computer. 3. Never make EA angry, else the robotic brains will kill you. Keep on fragging trucks who are driven by the infamous Nene and his co-pilot, the brains of EA games, who are wearing the limited edition of purple anus armor. Work on your grammar there a little bit and choice of words. It's confuzzling. And now that I have English class this semester, everything just glares fail. Whenever I see bad spelling.
Some on the internet, though. I do not know how to install Vistar.
It's pretty easy. It's like point and click. Well, probably more like 5 clicks. But
this is a separate
Too
issue.
many clicks. It should be just one button I have to push.
The moment after this podcast is recorded, Duststorm, you will die.
No!
We must continue recording for all eternity.
Well, I guess we can't, because next up is the wrap-up.
Almost. So, I guess we kind of skipped some of the points there. So, examples of bad DRM and what is wrong with them. Well, secure ROM, types of DRM that, make it
secure ROM pretty well.
Yeah. Just make it hard for people to get the games to work on their machines.
Poor implementation equals no
support.
Yeah.
No support, no love, no people buying, no people liking, and probably a lawsuit like Spore.
Yeah.
And a bunch of whiny people like Spore who posted on Amazon.
Yeah. So, examples of good DRM. Well, Steam.
And the 360. You have never noticed it on the 360, have you?
But it's a console, so it automatically fails.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
This is a Halo community. Halo is a console game. It gets ported to PC. There you understand your constituency.
No, actually, it started off on the Mac and then got ported to the Xbox.
And then it jumped over to the PC.
Don't remind me. It was a Mac game.
Okay, so how it affects everything, well, we covered that point, and why companies are so desperate to have it. Hey, we got to the whole list. Awesome.
Yep.
Why companies are so desperate to have it, and I have the answer. Money, money, money!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't mean like rich money, I mean seriously, like, not a joke here. If you like the game you play, the demo, like we were talking about Halo Wars,
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah.
You don't go to work and sit in there all day just so you can like earn a paycheck. Oh wait, yeah you do.
Yeah, they gotta get paid somehow.
Although nowadays any kind of job you can get is some kind of miracle.
Nah. Not necessarily.
My job is great. I call it sitting on my tushy.
Does it come with free massages?
I wish.
And tune-ups?
I wish. Wait a minute, how would you get a tushy tune-up?
I don't know. Plumbing enhancements?
Oh, God.
Pressurization?
Let's stop.
Increased storage capacity.
We've gone far enough. Let's wrap
So the wrap-up.
It's time for the wrap-up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, yeah, just before we get to the wrap-up. Right. So, we're trying to work on, I'm still just trying to experimenting around with Around the Ring, seeing what's popular. We did get some really intelligent responses to this prompt, so thank you everybody who sent in submissions. We actually managed to get through all of them, all 6 of them. So
we need more. If we can get through all of them, that's not enough.
And we'll try and do another debate, I don't know, in a month or so, once I find an interesting topic.
Maybe a couple months.
Yeah.
Teddy bears, good or bad, or Satan?
And as well, we do, if you're interested in getting involved with the PC side of Podtacular, we do have a bunch of people who play games like Team Fortress, Gmod on Steam, as well as on Xfire, so you can look up the clans on either group. Just Google the Podtacular PC Recreational. If you're a Steam user, you'll pretty much everybody's on Steam. And even if you don't want to play Steam games, you can use it like Xfire.
Yeah.
So you can just link your games through it and have the in-game community and whatnot.
We've had a lot of the... Sorry, go ahead, Logan.
Oh, you can go up and talking too much.
No, it's okay. Yeah, some of the people that actually were on the Xbox, I know, have bought a few Steam games, like Crypto and Chucky, or they just have an account to have one, so you'll probably see some familiar faces on Steam.
Free to have, and you'll like it. And I mean, this is coming from a hardcore everything but Windows person. I have a Windows install, and one of the first things I do is put Steam on it because I like it.
Yeah. So, Duststorm, what is the status of the servers for Team Fortress and whatnot?
Halo servers are running.
Spy sapping my Team Fortress server.
Team Fortress, not as much. I'm still trying to figure out the workings behind doing that. And there's some extra add-ons. Yeah, I have a dedicated server, but
I meant no. When you go in Steam, there's a Tools tab, and it says dedicated.
Oh, yeah.
Viewers, the next topic of the next show will be how to set up a Team Fortress server. Send in your submissions.
Actually, I've seen some pretty fun servers where you can have where everybody goes engineer for card games. The whole defending team is engineers, and they can put down 6 sentries each.
You will like my level 5 sentry.
They can put in 6 sentries, and they only take 5 metal to build. So those games get real interesting.
I'm running.
My train's here.
Okay, we'll wrap it up in a minute. One of my sticks of RAM died, so I'm running on only 512 megs of RAM. That's why I'm not running as many servers right now.
512?
Yeah, I had a gig in there.
Oh.
I went to put a CD drive in there, and I somehow shorted out the stick of RAM. I'm not sure how I did it, but somehow I did. So I gotta go buy more RAM to stick in my box.
Was your CD drive made in China?
No. I don't think it was. No.
Which Halo is this? Is this Halo PC or Halo 2 Vista?
This is Halo PC because
custom edition because H2V fails.
No, I
as a first
I have my H2V server set up. I could run it through one of my gamer tags, but if I'm running it through one of my gamer tags, I can't play the gamer tag on Xbox Live. So
there's no dedicated server method.
You have to have a Xbox Live account to start a dedicated server.
You can't just.
It doesn't have to be gold. It has. Well, I've thought about making a silver account too.
You just make it on your Xbox, and it'll be silver in a month. It'll be gold probably on a free trial.
Okay.
Yeah. I did that once by accident. Now I get email spam. Welcome to the weekly newsletter of this account you're never going to use again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
well,
send in. Wait, did we send in your comments?
We didn't haven't even started yet.
one more thing about the
My train's leaving. My train.
One more thing about the servers is, since we have a few people looking for BF2, I'm looking possibly to put a BF2 server up as well.
I wish I could play BF2. I just don't have enough of the patience to fix my CD.
Yeah. I may put a Call of Duty 4 one up because I play that a lot now, but we'll see how that goes.
And hopefully when I have 5 minutes or so to run out to Future Shop, I'll pick up Left 4 Dead.
as a hardcore Mac person, will be there the second you have a Team Fortress 2 server.
Okay.
Alright.
Dead air.
So, I guess we can just commence with a wrap-up then. So, send in your comments, etc. to podtacular@gmail.com. Oh yeah, something else about this. Around the Ring is a regular show. Use the big green button.
Yes. It's just like any other show on the show rotation.
Can you change the tagline of that show, though, for us? Be like, around the ring, out of the loop.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a methodology. Send in your comments at Podtacular Gmail for every show.
Yeah. So, we depend on your submissions to keep the show going. Keep an eye on podtacular.com for an invitation to send in stuff for next week's show. You can call our listener voicemail at... Or wait, no, sorry, that's yours.
Thanks. You can call our listener voicemail at 206-888-HALO and leave a Halo-related message. We play these back regularly on the Collins and Tales from the Foxhole show.
Be sure to check us out at podtacular.com, and while you're there, check out the forums. There's lots of events, projects, and ways to make friends to play Halo with cool people like... I don't think we have any cool people on the show right now.
Aww.
Except me and Logan.
Oh yeah, because we already established that Lancelot is 3 times the man as anyone else in here.
Sure.
Yeah. Wait, what are we at?
Thanks.
We're at the donations.
Okay. Thanks to all the people that contribute to Podtacular, whether it's working on the community or site, contributing to our PayPal to help out with the hosting bill, following us on Twitter, or subscribing to the show and reviewing us in iTunes. We couldn't do it without you, people, who are so awesome, for listening to us.
Check out the other shows on the GamerCast Network: Gamertag Radio, Uncle Gamer, Sarcastic Gamer, Achievement Junkie, the GCN Video Game Show, JVB's show Post-Game Report at TalkingAboutGames.com, and Destructoid.
So, coming up next week, I'm pretty sure it's the Halo Wars show.
Yeah, next week we're going to do, ask for your opinions on the new Halo Wars demo that came out earlier this week. So the request for that should be on the front page by the time this episode comes out. So make sure to send in your tips using the big green button on the front page.
It's always the big green button.
Yes, it's always the big green button.
Maybe we should put something above that button that says, use this for everything.
Halo Wars is fun. First!
Or maybe if I say the URL, it's podtacular.com/contact.
Yeah, that too. Though I imagine people are going to go nuts from Halo Wars just because they're saying all units constantly, like Link did in Zelda. From that fairy.
I know I did instantly. I was like, okay, I'm going to just double tap and use the paintbrush. All units, this is really annoying. All units.
All units reporting for duty.
Oh yeah.
That would actually make it awesome. All units reporting for duty.
Okay, well, keep on fragging trucks. We'll see you next time, guys.
See ya.
There's only one thing left to say.
Turn that particular one off because that's gonna hog like a lot of the editor's patience.
No, I have nothing else to do, honestly.
Oh, you edit?
Yeah.
Well, then fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my eyes, see if that
It sounds like you're in like the dungeon or something.
dungeon.
The dungeon. Tell us your secrets. Never. Whoosh.
There is no spoon. Take that DRKLANCELO39 into
Q.
DRKLANCELOT59 is typing into chat Podtacular. Episode DRKLANCELOT59 is typing into chat Podtacular. Episode 179.
What the heck is going on?
Doesn't work now, does it? Incoming call.
Turn off the spanking noise.
It's not a spanking noise.
Here it comes. Do 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 do. It's the theme song.
What? Is that an actual song?
Yeah, I've heard it before. I can't remember where. It's like one of those old like songs.
Could you pause a moment? Door.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Get ourselves some treats. I can just punish you with a high voice cruise song, but I won't.
That's when I mute my speakers.
My ass is gone numb sitting here for 2 hours. Hey, there's some feelings coming back.
You can call our listener voicemail at 206-888-HALO. Play these back regularly on the Callians and Tales from the Foxhole Show.
3, 2, fail.
This is a preview of the speech display.
I love
How about
that.
this one?
This is a preview of the speech display.
They have some retarded, like, I don't mean retarded in like a bad way. I mean like, these voices would never be used for anything other than a joke, like this one.
This is a preview of the speech display.
It sounds like a cheap techno song.
Here's one that sounds like a funeral. Hold on, where's the bad news?
This is a preview of the speech display.
We can all try and say these. Let's all try and say the intro at the same time, okay?
That never works.
We can do it. So we'll say
No.
Podtacular. Pause for a second. So Podtacular, episode 179, Around the Ring, DRM debate for the week of February 8th, 2009. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Podtacular, episode 179, Around the Ring, DRM debate for the week of February 8th, 2009.
Fail.
Let's see, you all were off by a little.
Model 706 8073 421 Robot Sonic. Blows your mind drastically, fantastically. Blows your mind drastically, fantastically. Blows your mind drastically, fantastically. Blows your mind drastically, fantastically.
This week on the GamerCast Network. On the post-game report, the crew talks about their impressions of Resident Evil 5, Phoenix sounds off about the PlayStation 3, and the crew wonders, are developers taking full advantage with DLC? On the Sarcastic Gamer Pink show, the ladies talk about the Fear 2 demo, and special guest Godfrey stops by to share his gaming knowledge and hype up community vibes. This week on Retro Force Go, the pixelated crew chats about old video game magazines. Every retro magazine from Nintendo Power to GamePro is discussed. Now you're playing with power. What's up with the crew this week? Listen to episode 128 of the video game show. On Sarcastic Gamer, Left 4 Dead DLC has finally been announced. And Saints Row 2 is awesome. Why is no one talking about this game? Discover the community that brings you all these great podcasts and more. GamerCastNetwork.com.
Check out the other shows on the GamerCast Network: Gamer Tag Radio, Uncle Gamer, Sarcastic Gamer, Achievement Junkie, the GCN Video Game Show, JVB's Show Post Game Report at TalkingAboutGames.com, and Destructoid.
Destructoid?
Ship it.
Lick it, snip it, and ship it.
That's gonna be the new slogan. Is just ship it.
Yeah.
It's done. That's a wrap. Ship it.
Oh yeah.